Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Of course, everybody's celebrating the news from yesterday, I'm sure. It's been quite a celebratory week. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about.
Of course. I mean, I couldn't stop. In fact, I didn't want to stop celebrating coming in here today.
You probably couldn't even sleep last night.
All right, fine. I'll
me,
stop.
Knowing that BYU got the number one basketball recruit in the nation. You probably didn't sleep either.
Didn't sleep.
Yeah, I think most of us are like that.
Yeah.
Too excited. That's us.
AJ Tabanza, who is the number one basketball recruit in the country, just committed to BYU. First time ever. First time they've ever gotten a recruit that high. I think they've had maybe a few in the low 20s, 30s, but never.
Right.
Is he LDS?
No.
No,
he's not.
please. They have a Jew as a quarterback on their football team. They don't care.
That's right. It's pretty diverse now. We've got Muslims. We've got Jews.
Is this the commie kid, the Russian kid?
No, that was this year.
Okay,
that was our first 5-star guy, the Russian kid. This is our only second 5-star guy in basketball.
Right.
So it's kind of exciting. But he shocked the crap out of Stephen A. Smith yesterday because he's choosing between his finalists were, everybody in the country offered him.
Of course, yeah.
But his finalists were North Carolina, Kansas, Alabama, and BYU.
Those are the tops. For sure, North Carolina and Kansas
for
are
sure.
the ones.
And Duke. You might
Missouri.
but he discounted Duke a long time ago. Who did?
Missouri.
Missouri beat Kansas?
Yeah.
Did they really?
Yeah, they stormed the court. It was awesome.
Oh, that sucks.
Wait, everyone's beating Kansas these days, though, right?
No, they've been ranked number one.
How about you calm down on that?
Okay, so hold on a
Missouri
second.
must be. Was it a neutral court win?
No, it was.
Oh, was that Missouri?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. They lost to Creighton.
Kansas did?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I haven't been paying attention, I guess.
Let's see. Somebody else.
Whoever they lost to is not unimportant.
Gotcha. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Those are the two losses. Creighton and Missouri. All right, cool.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations to Missouri. But anyway, you wouldn't think. You would have thought he'd pick a blue blood like they always do.
Yeah.
And Stephen A. Smith was like,
UConn.
BYU? Yeah,
Steve,
BYU.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Things are changing now. But it does open up a whole
it's
new
a big
world.
time universe.
Yes. Yeah, right. There are schools other than Duke, Kansas, and North Carolina in basketball, and maybe people will realize that now. All right, there is, other than basketball, there's a lot going on in the world, and maybe we should talk about some of it. Some developments on the border front. Apparently, Trump is talking about Kari Lake as ambassador to Mexico, which is interesting. That would be an interesting pick.
Boy, she keeps...
She's in there trying.
She is, man.
She's really trying.
She keeps hammering. That's awesome.
I guess when she was a news anchor, she was pretty popular in Phoenix.
Yes, absolutely. She was
right.
Yes, and when they fired her or she quit or whatever, however that played out, it was this big national news story that they gave their top news anchor the boot. Yeah, and she's been fighting ever since, and it just hasn't grabbed hold of anything.
No, she's run for everything.
Yeah,
pretty much. She's run for governor. She's run for Senate. I think she ran for Congress, and she's lost all of those races.
I don't know if she ran for Congress, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever. She's running
for the
everything.
big seats, yeah.
Yeah. So, ambassador to Mexico, I might put her on the right track
I guess so.
An election victory someday.
And I see where Kimberly Guilfoyle is, I guess, going to be named ambassador to Greece.
Wait. What? I did not see that.
So
really?
I heard through the grapevine that her and Junior had, they were been together now for 3 or 4 years. Right. But I heard the grapevine says they're not together anymore, that they split. So Junior must have went to Dad.
Is it Junior or is it Eric? Which one is
Junior?
Is it? Okay.
So Junior must have went to Dad and said, Just get her out of the country. Okay, I can't see her anymore. I don't want to see her. I'm sick of having her around. Mm-hmm. Okay, she could be the ambassador to Greece.
And Pat, I want to.
Awesome.
Last night, Trump picked Ronald Johnson to serve as ambassador to Mexico.
Oh, he did. Oh, he did.
Yes,
So
Lake
that's
is
already out.
So
Kari
Kari's
Lake
out.
didn't even get that.
She can't even get that. Holy cow!
She didn't even get that.
Wow. Kari,
according
we're
to him,
sorry.
Ron will work closely with Marco Rubio to promote our nation's security and prosperity through America First Strong.
That's powerful. Thank
That
you.
is powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We had to have that information today. That's good. All right,
I
now
bet
we
you
can go forward.
That line is every person he
Oh,
nominates.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
For sure.
Yes.
For sure. So Kari Lake will not be the ambassador to Mexico.
Breaking news.
Huh. Could he make her the ambassador to Phoenix, Arizona? Could she get that?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
How about to her old television station?
Maybe.
There you go.
Maybe.
Because she's got some
She could do
inside
some
connections
reports.
there. Do
She
some
could-
reports.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Huh. All right. Also, some interesting developments with Luigi Mangione. A lot of people are talking about his family. Apparently, his family is very beloved in Baltimore and exceedingly wealthy and big philanthropists. And, you can't blame his family for what he's doing here. But he was dragged really into the courtroom yesterday and had some things to say while he was being dragged in and even thereafter.
Down.
And it's completely out of touch. And it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
It's an insult to the intelligence of the
Completely
American
out of
people.
touch. Insulting the intelligence of the American people. Something experience.
Interesting.
Huh.
So,
That's where we're at. Huh.
is he
is
saying he didn't do it then?
I don't know. I heard his attorney saying they were going to fight extradition.
Yeah, they're trying not to go back to New York. That won't work.
Boy, this is
Pretty much guarantee that.
This sure is interesting.
It
I'll
is.
Say that.
Yeah.
It is
Say
fascinating.
that.
Yeah.
It is fascinating. I mean, the whole thing is weird.
Sure is. He did have a to-do list, by the way, according to officials.
And did he have it with him at the McDonald's?
Yeah,
like
apparently he
everything
had
else?
everything that you could possibly have to incriminate you on
Right.
his person, which is so convenient. I would
That is
like to point
convenient.
out.
It is.
It makes
sure is.
looking for that stuff a lot
it
easier.
sure
I
does.
couldn't find the
It
to-do
sure
list that
does.
was being referenced, so if it's out there, I just missed it. But I saw the official describing it as a to-do list on things you had to do before the murder of the UnitedHealthcare
Well, you, have to
CEO.
have, you always have to have a checklist.
So just like okay, and by
Buy
the way,
mayonnaise, things like that.
Sure.
Need another loaf of bread.
Call mom.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, it's very interesting. I mean, it's just interesting the connections between his family and the Pelosi family. And Chris sent us a thread from a reporter last night that just laid out facts. Didn't make any assumptions. Just laid out facts about how UnitedHealthcare was breached back in February, and then the cybersecurity firm that then went on to investigate the hack. Looked like Paul Pelosi made quite a bit of cash off of the investment of that company. That
Well, Paul was
Well, he's a genius. Paul's a genius.
Yes,
Paul is a genius.
I don't know if you're aware of this, but
he's
he's an
not.
investing genius.
he's not. He lives in a house with 700 stairs.
He's still walking down the stairs.
still trying to make his way up those stairs.
Is Paul still
Yeah.
walking down the
We'll have
stairs?
to check in and see if that's
Paul,
accurate. Can you turn it up a little
Yeah,
bit?
let me see.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He is.
You're right.
Anyhow, so
A lot of stairs in that house.
sure are.
We've established that, I think, in the past.
You'd think after you got hit in the head, you might not want to take those stairs.
Install an
but no,
escalator
it's
or
something.
an elevator. It's an expensive home. Don't scrimp.
don't scrimp.
On the important things.
So anyhow, that whole thing about Brian Thompson, the CEO, getting ready to testify about insider trading. I'm not alleging anything. I'm just saying apparently that is accurate. and then
Yeah, well, the
deduce
Department of
what you
Justice
will
were
from
looking
that.
into it, right? And he knew that the Department of Justice was going to start an investigation against him. And then a couple of weeks before the news dropped about the investigation, he sold a bunch of stock because he knew that once the announcement of the investigation happened.
Now, did he flip? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, were there bigger fish that he could?
Yeah, it was
I
like
have no idea.
$15 million.
It was a lot. Yeah,
It was a lot.
I mean, it was a good chunk of money.
So if it was insider trading, it was a pretty substantial amount of money that he made off it.
I just know that we haven't learned nearly anything from this story yet.
Nor will we ever.
That's the
probably.
thing.
Well, it could be all in the information that Mangione had at the McDonald's.
Yeah, right. I mean, did he not
to
have
finally get through all that?
Well, yeah, he was caught eating a hash brown, and we have the picture of him eating the hash brown.
Oh, yeah,
that
look at that. Did he get to finish that? though?
I don't know if he got
awesome.
to finish that.
Oh,
hash
you got to
brown.
be
I
able to
have not
finish
seen
it.
the hash
Officer,
brown.
please,
Go
let me
ahead.
dip it in ketchup and
So
finish it.
he was eating. I mean, he was not eating. Then he took off the mask. Boom, identified Luigi.
Wow.
Yeah, they said the McDonald's
Employee
employees
joked.
said, "Yeah,
Hey,
you
he
look like that guy."
Like that guy
Yeah.
who killed the CEO.
Now the problem is the NYPD put up a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest, and the FBI added $50,000. So you think somebody,
nice.
in fact, one of the early reports was they're going to receive more from this award, this McDonald's employee, than they would receive in a typical year working at McDonald's. That's only if the guy gets convicted of this crime. So
Yeah, they
that
always
person
say
is
it's
not anywhere
convicted.
near
Right.
getting that reward yet. A law enforcement agency has to nominate you for the award first. It's a
That's
whole
such
process.
BS.
It's a whole
I
process.
know. It's
That's garbage.
It
Come
is.
on.
It is.
You should have that money today.
Yes.
absolutely.
Agreed.
You said leading to the arrest.
Yeah,
The arrest
thank you.
happened.
Or is it arrest and conviction? I really
It's
don't
probably
know. I think
arrest
it's
and
probably
conviction.
conviction.
Yeah,
maybe it is.
But
But I love the Burger King tweet too. We don't snitch.
Was that from the
That's
official
funny.
Burger King?
I don't know if it was the official Burger King account or not, but
mean-
I saw it and I loved it. That was hilarious.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Come on yourself.
Come on.
okay, well,
No,
speaking.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to play into the delight of
There's no
the
delight. They're just
CEO
saying they
being
don't
murdered.
snitch.
Yeah, you don't snitch on a murderer.
Accused.
Ill-advised. Ill-advised.
Well, McDonald's,
I would say.
according to the internet, had a very interesting PR 2024. You have Trump, and then
that guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Mangione pee his pants when he got thrown in?
Reports are saying from Breaking 911 that he peed his pants.
Yeah,
don't blame him.
that full body shot of his looked a little dark around the crotch.
Yes, when he was arrested, he peed on himself.
Oh, yeah.
That's gross. I know. But
He was scared.
What a hero, huh? What a hero.
Thank you.
What a hero.
Pat, do you really
according
want to
to
go
the
that
left.
way? Because we already have tattoos.
Oh no.
People
really?
are already tattooing
jeez.
themselves.
Really?
Yeah, here's a theme tattooed.
Oh my god.
Defend, deny,
Oh my
post,
gosh.
and then a picture of him. This is already happening on social media last night.
Wow. That's despicable.
That sure
What's the
is.
matter with you? What is wrong with you? At the KJP press conference yesterday, the guy from AP, Josh Doak or something, asked her if he was basically saying, how do you respond to the people who think that the killing was justified, that they have sympathy for the killer? How do I respond to that? How do you respond to it, Josh? I respond that's despicable.
Thank you.
What the hell is the matter with you? If you sympathize with the murderer, a guy who shot somebody dead in cold blood on the streets of New York from behind, I mean,
There's no hero.
no hero here.
involved.
No, there shouldn't be, but there is.
Oh,
I mean,
well, most definitely.
you've got Taylor Lorenz, you've got all these
gosh.
people who are celebrating right now.
Yeah, she's definitely not. I mean, Taylor's not alone.
Yeah, you want
in
that?
No, she's
in
not.
Do you
No.
want that clip
Yeah.
already of her?
Yes.
Clip 5, if you want to go ahead and play that one of Taylor Lorenz on with Piers Morgan the other night.
Crazy.
I do believe in the sanctity of life, and I think that's why I felt, along with
right.
so many other Americans, joy, unfortunately, because it
Joy?
feels like
Serious?
I mean,
Thank you, Pierce.
Joy
I
in a
guess I
man's
would say
execution?
maybe not joy, but certainly not certainly
No,
not
own it,
empathy.
Yeah.
Taylor.
Because
Own
again,
it.
We're watching the footage. How can this make you joyful? This guy's a
So,
husband,
Pierce,
he's a father,
like billions,
Right.
and he's being
and
gunned
so
down in the middle of Manhattan.
So are
Why
the
does that
tens
make
of
you
thousands
joyful?
of Americans that be murdered. So are the tens of thousands of Americans, innocent Americans, who died because greedy health insurance executives like this one.
They were not married by
policies
or
of
murdered
denying
by this
care to the
guy.
most vulnerable
Right.
people. And
Jeez.
the many millions of Americans that
Wow.
have watched people that I care about suffer and in some cases die because of lack of health
So
care.
should they all be killed
And
then? Should they all be killed, these healthcare executives? Would that make you even more joyful?
That's a good question.
No, that would not.
But why not?
And,
Why not?
Why are you laughing?
I think because it wouldn't fix the
You seem to find the
system.
whole thing
system-
hilarious.
She's psychotic.
I find your question
A
funny.
bloke's been murdered in the street. I don't find it funny at all.
I don't find it funny that tens of thousands of Americans die every year,
Oh, dear
and
Lord.
because they are denied life-saving health care from people like the CEO. Now, I want to fix
From
the
people
system.
like him.
You're
Pause
right.
it for
We
a second.
shouldn't
She
be
can't
going
even
around-
say he did it because she doesn't know. She has no idea what this guy was all
Right.
about. And even if it's true that he had a hand in denying health care to people, we don't know all the circumstances of that.
No, we
And
do
even
not.
if it was the wrong thing to do, you don't gun the guy down in the streets. Wow. I mean, we are so far afield from our morals and values now. It's time to have a little introspection as Americans, I would say. Wow. When you got people celebrating openly this murder, it's despicable. It's evil. It's just evil. It's sad and pathetic. And is she going to continue to have a career where, people invite her to share her opinions in their publications? Or does this end it for her? I guess we'll soon see.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez. Unbelievable. All right. Do you really control your entire retirement money? If you've got a 401k, IRA, or similar retirement plan, you don't. The government controls it. They decide how much you can borrow, when you can borrow it, when you got to pay it back.
Nice of them.
Yeah. And then if you take too much money or you take it out too soon or too late or whatever, you're going to owe taxes and penalties. Even though it's your money. It's your money, right? And with the skyrocketing national debt and a Congress that spends like drunken sailors, who knows how much you'll pay in taxes during a retirement that could last 30 years. There's a better way. It's called Bank on Yourself. It's a proven retirement plan alternative that lets you bypass Wall Street. You can beat the banks at their own game and take control of your financial future. Such a great way to go. With Bank on Yourself, you get guaranteed predictable growth and retirement income. There's no luck, there's no skill, there's no guesswork required. Your plan doesn't go backward when the markets tumble because your principal and your growth are locked in. You'll enjoy tax-free retirement income under current tax law. So your tax rate is 0 in retirement, protecting you from the whatever tax tsunami is on the way after Donald Trump leaves office. But best of all, you are in control. You can access your money for any purpose, no penalties, no restrictions, no questions asked. It's been used by famous businesses like McDonald's when no banker would lend them a dime, and almost anybody can do it. This has never had a backward year in 160 years. It's really incredible. Get your free report now. Find out all about it. bankonyourself.com/unleashed. That's bankonyourself.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed now continues.
So we continue with the despicable murderer in this situation. What's his name again? It's Mangione.
The accused.
Luigi.
murderer.
The accused murderer. Thank you. Right. We don't want to get sued. I guess his former school, the Gilman School in Baltimore, wasn't too happy that the press camped out in front of their building.
Yeah, during this report, you hear this noise. There's a guy who I guess works for the school or whatever, was just standing out there with a leaf blower. Yeah.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, first let's talk about the community reaction to all of this. As you can hear behind me, there is certainly some hostility
That's awesome.
Media is covering this story. So you can see this leaf blower behind me has told us that he will not leave until we do. So we are definitely seeing some of the community members reacting, not happy that media is out here covering this story in general. Others have been murmuring. They're saddened by this news.
He's actually doing a bad job. There's the leaves right there.
To the Gilman school here behind
right.
me. School starts right at 8 this morning. This says 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is now officially charged.
There's multiple guys out there in leaf blowers.
They sent the whole work crew.
Remember, he was a student at this school, and now he's charged with murder in the brazen killing of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, a crime at the center of a days-long manhunt.
He wasn't just a student there. He was valedictorian, wasn't he?
Yeah. In fact, he is the president of Republican State Delegate.
Yesterday. Yep.
Wow.
That's why he was speaking in front of the
2016, that's when he spoke, before his chin drop.
Before his chin drop.
Yeah. And when you read about or watch interviews with people that knew him, grew up with him, went to school with him and stuff, they're like, it's just not, he's just a quiet guy. He was a normal guy that people liked.
Super popular.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not like he was bullied. The story we always hear, he was a loner. He was bullied.
Right.
Nobody liked him. He's always been weird. No, this guy fit right in. Just a really bizarre person to.
And if you follow his social media, he had a interesting life. Beautiful ladies around him on vacation all over the world. Like the guy was set.
Well,
that'll set you off.
Rich. He's handsome. I mean, chicks dig him.
Having hot chicks around you, traveling the world.
Not a lot of us out there.
Right.
Leads you to snapping. Am I right, Jeffy?
Yeah, I know.
For overtime.
There's a little less competition now because he's going to be in prison for a while, Jeffy. So good for you.
If convicted.
Good for you.
What a shame.
If convicted.
But we have for overtime, we have a conspiracy theory around Luigi and MK Ultra that we
I can't wait for
we can
this.
only play on overtime. We can't play in the regular show. It's too spicy.
Too spicy.
Really?
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Is that Pat Gray Unleashed overtime, or is it, as Rowdy Introvert retitled it on Twitter yesterday, it's Pat Richards overtime?
Yeah.
If you missed it,
you better subscribe right now.
You better subscribe. Yes. Yes. It's Pat Gray overtime.
Okay.
Okay.
Pat 30.
Good.
Oh, yeah, promo code Pat30, yeah.
Yeah, because that'll save you $30 on your annual subscription.
Yes,
that's a really good deal. Sonny Hostin had some things to say with the Coven on The View yesterday about this particular situation.
Good. Am I right?
Yeah, she's great.
Oh, man.
Good.
Hello.
Really
I was going to bring up the ghost guns because, I think it's all speculation now as to why someone so young, so promising, would do something like this. There's some indication that he was also suffering from chronic back pain.
Like severe
Chronic back pain. And
How many of us become murderers with severe back pain?
Thank you.
I can't tell you the amount of people.
You can understand the frustration.
Hold on
The people I put down because I hurt.
Wow.
Man, hundreds. I mean, I don't know that I could even attach a number to it. It's so many.
It does put you in a bad mood, am I right?
It does. It does put you in a bad mood.
Thank you. Thank
yes.
you.
So what are you going to do? You're in a bad mood. Of course you're going to kill somebody.
You got to get a ghost gun.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, here she is.
severe chronic back pain. And so
hasn't.
So
everyone has back pain.
Yeah, so we're not sure. We're not
That's
sure
actually funny.
why this happened, but we do know the instrumentality that was used, and
the
it was a
instrumentality.
it can be printed on your computer. And I think what is so frustrating to me is that you have all these lobbyists lobbying and saying that this is not a firearm. It obviously is a firearm because a man was killed using one of them. And it is going to be in front of the Supreme Court. But in recent years, their use, these ghost guns, proliferated. I would say they are linked to nearly 700 homicides since between 2016 and 2021. I mean, that is crazy. That's a tenfold increase. And the Supreme Court is looking at whether or not it is considered a firearm. Of course it is. And so I agree with you. I think, when you have something that someone can make in their home and you have the lobbyists saying, but no, and the gun manufacturers saying, these are just hobby guns. And so, they shouldn't be regulated. It says a lot about our country.
Does it?
There's so much genius there to cover and go over and learn from. So much so that when they came back from the break, she had to explain some of it. Yeah,
okay.
she had to walk a little bit of that back.
Oh,
really?
She's always doing this.
Well, they have
Ghost
lawyers on
guns
the set.
are making a homemade gun isn't illegal under federal law, and so I wanted to make that clear.
Did you?
But what is interesting, and I know it's not a political topic, but the Biden administration, they put in place a rule. It's called 2022 rule, required for the first time that these kits include serial numbers, which you refer to, and that people who buy them from dealers be subject to background checks. That is now being challenged, and that is what is in front of the Supreme Court, which I think is just shameful, because it is fair to have background checks for someone that's going to use an instrumentality of death, and it's also fair for these things to be able to be traced, because at this point, ghost guns are not. They're barely traceable.
And if you don't mind and you're doing something innocent, then why do you care if it has a serial number?
Exactly.
Yeah. Right. If you're not doing anything wrong,
what do you care?
What do you care if people are surveilling you all the time? You don't care, right? What are you doing wrong?
Yeah, thank you.
I love that. These are the dumbest people in the country, and you just put a camera in front of them. Or put them in front of the camera and let them babble nonsense every freaking day.
Yeah, and when you add 3 syllables to a word, it makes it a big word.
The instrumentality. Yeah. You're right.
Whew.
Instrumentality. Wow, that's like 6 syllables.
When we were at break, the attorneys came to me and said I had to tell you this. It's not illegal.
The attorneys at The View, boy, they get their steps in every day.
Yes, they do.
That's for sure.
Yes, they do.
At least 10,000 every day, because that's a full-time gig. Just trying to keep these people from prison or on the air or keep
because it would be a real shame if they had to go to prison. We wouldn't want that at all.
And if they got sued out of existence, darn, that'd be oh well. Let's move on from that. It's too painful a thought.
You could auction them off to the Onion. At a bargain price.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a big development last night. Where
Just blocked.
Yeah, the judge said, not so fast, my friend.
Well, it's interesting because supposedly the point of that is that the sale of Infowars was supposed to go to the Sandy Hook families. The point of the sale wasn't to hurt Alex Jones. It was to give money and try to pay off the fine that was levied to him.
Correct.
And so if you leave all kinds of money on the table, as they did apparently, they didn't go with the highest bidder. They went with somebody who was going to do what they wanted to do with it.
Right.
And so the judge said, no, you're not going to leave that kind of money on the table because this is about getting money to the Sandy Hook families. So if that's what it's about, you've got to block that sale, right? I don't know. I mean, he shouldn't have that fine to begin with.
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole thing is based
over
on that
free speech.
Premise,
if this is America, he shouldn't have to pay any fine. But of course, it's not America.
And then there is.
Mm-hmm.
There's the rub.
Mm-hmm. there's the rub.
And that was a Trump-appointed judge.
Who blocked it?
The bankruptcy judge that blocked this. Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking right now. Oh, wait. Maybe this is the answer right here. I'm just seeing how many. We have 37 federal judiciary vacancies right now. Seven nominees pending. So my point is I'm really excited to have Trump fill 4 more years of federal court judgeships.
Maybe Kari Lake can get one of those.
There you go. Boy,
Don't promise her that, bro.
That'll be a Senate hearing.
Not when she's going to be ambassador to the station she used to work for in Phoenix.
Sorry.
What's the matter with you? Don't distract her from her main priority right now and her mission. Yes, exactly. All right, poor Kari.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
That woman has had.
He's been through
at least 2 seats, at least 2 offices taken from her, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, well, and she continues to go after him, which is amazing.
She does.
Other people would get frustrated and say, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to do this anymore. But she hasn't.
No, she has not.
Pretty amazing.
And now she's ambassador to
the station,
TV station.
Turning down judgeships because of that.
All right, 888-900-3393. Let's Well, I guess we'll do Chewing the Fat.
All right, let's do it.
Jeffy next.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here before we get to Chewing the Fat. Let's see. Lone Wolf 2965 tweets, is it true that when Jeffy heard that Kimberly Guilfoyle was named ambassador to Greece, he applied to be ambassador to sugar?
Oh, see?
Wait.
See? It's funny. Yeah, it's funny.
So did you apply to be ambassador to sugar?
Or, I mean, only you know if it's true. I don't know.
Or turkey.
I think you do know.
You could confirm or deny.
I could confirm or deny.
But you're not going to? All right. I guess it's none of our business, Lone Wolf. Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures? Maybe they were trying to lift the fog with those leaf blowers. Can't have the rich kids' hair frizzing out when they get out of their Range Rovers. It's really true. The humidity will do that to you. So, Toasty Mitts? I'm no conspiracy theorist, but maybe this was a planned attack to force the conversation of ghost guns and had nothing to do with health care. But what do I know? I'm just a white woman who voted for Trump.
Yep. Thank you.
Good. At least you know your station in life. That's
know your role.
Super important.
Know your role.
Cook me something.
All right. Let's
Thank you.
get to chewing here.
He can show you where to go with his hand map. Unlike the kids in places such as the Iraq. Don't despise his Graceland while he's around. If you do, it won't be an Anna sandwich you found. You know him, you love him, and you can quote him on that. He's Jeffy Fisher, and he's here to chew the fat.
Good stuff. Don't.
What?
Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, you crossed him.
Don't.
I didn't do
You
anything.
don't want to set him off.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Speaking of that hand map, by the way, what's his name? Pete Buttigieg might want to learn that. He apparently is possibly running for governor in 2 years.
He
in
denied.
Michigan.
I mean, he said he hadn't made any decisions. He said he hadn't made a decision, so I don't know where he would be living, moving from Indiana, right?
Somebody yesterday asked him, who do the Lions play this week? He had no idea.
Oh, he doesn't.
So he's not.
No idea. He said that I haven't made any big decisions about my future, and I know that we've got 6 more weeks and we're going to sprint through the tape. Yeah, that's what concerns me. Pete. We need somebody to...
Damage to do.
Yeah, they've got plenty of time to do more damage. The United States Department of Agriculture has ordered the country's milk supply be tested for H5N1. You know it as bird flu. Beginning December 16th, just days away. 6 states, California, Colorado, Michigan, Pete Buttigieg, Michigan, Mississippi, Oregon, and Pennsylvania will begin testing the supply. Regulators are seeking to quickly identify the dairy herds infected with bird flu. As of this past weekend, there were 718 dairy herds had been impacted in 15 states. Okay. So there are 58 confirmed human cases of bird flu in the United States. Okay. The first case was stemmed from dairy cows, was reported in April. It's unknown if bird flu can be transmitted between humans, although that has not been confirmed that it can. Scientists are definitely concerned that the virus could evolve into another pandemic.
Everybody be afraid.
Well, they should stop trying to make it evolve. How about that?
Pasteurization, they claim. Well, they say pasteurization. What this really is coming after the raw milkers. Last month, California officials made a broad recall of farms' raw milk with the detection of bird flu in multiple batches of this raw milk, but no one had been sick from it.
You know, when they came for raw milk, I did nothing because I don't drink raw milk.
Okay. I mean, look,
this applies.
A lot of people did.
Don't let them come for raw milk.
Don't be a raw milker. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I mean, you're saying be a raw milker and don't let them come for it, but I'm saying just don't be a raw milker.
Well, I will say this. It's icky. Okay? It's not. It's there's a little too much cream going on there, and at least when I drank it, it was warm and nasty.
Oh yeah, come on. I've drank it right from the cow, right up underneath there. You know,
right? You just squeeze the teeth right into your mouth,
and
that's
right up
fun.
underneath there.
Those are good times.
You would know it is.
Good times.
I have drank it out of the bucket like that before, though. But it's just.
But if people want to drink raw milk, let them drink raw milk.
True. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Right?
It's America, right?
Yes.
Did you lose a
Used
bet?
to be.
You know, like
To do the cow thing? Yeah, why would you do that?
That was a good question.
It's closing time. It was closing time. I figured, all right.
You got a question, Chris?
No, no.
No?
Talking to Chris. I'm telling him I'm going to kill him after the show.
No.
Those of you planning on a holiday vacation, now may not be the time for a holiday visit to Haiti. They're still having some big-time issues with heavily armed criminal gangs.
Oh, wow.
Seizing
it was time for my
swaths of
annual
territory
pilgrimage to Haiti.
Port-au-Prince.
Darn it.
Much of the capital remains lawless, despite hundreds of police from Kenya being sent in to help reassert law and order. Apparently, we were wrong, Pat, when we said that we think law and order, when you think of law and order, you think of the Kenya police.
Yeah, right.
I guess not.
No?
I guess not.
Wow.
So the United Nations Human Rights Chief said Monday that 184 people were killed over the weekend. So they now claim over 5,000 deaths in Haiti. This past weekend's massacre was carried out by a gang leader in one of the suburbs of Port-au-Prince, and he targeted elderly people that he suspected of sickening his own child by witchcraft. So the Reuters news agency quoted the National Human Rights Defense Network saying that Monel Mikano Felix, leader of the Wharf Jeremy gang, had ordered the murders and that all the victims of the attack were over 60 years old. Felix had sought advice from a voodoo priest who told him elderly people in the area had harmed his child who died on Saturday, which then led him to unleash his gang, killing at least 100 people with machetes and knives.
Oh, my God.
So, again, probably not the best time to travel to Haiti.
Shoot, that's disappointing.
Please. Sorry.
You were going to go?
Sorry.
Yeah,
well, he said his
annual pilgrimage time. Yeah.
You got a big Christmas break coming up.
Well, I do.
I know.
You had to change your plans.
But now Jeffy's telling me I shouldn't go.
You could go to Puerto Rico. They're next to each other.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll consider that.
Ooh. Dare ya. Please subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you listen to your podcast, rate and review, where possible, Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Google unveils a quantum computing chip that it claims takes 5 minutes to solve a problem that would currently take the world's fastest supercomputers 10 septillion years to complete.
10 septillion?
That's one with 25 zeros, according to this story. Google debuted Willow.
That'd be 1 0 followed by whatever number of zeros. If it's 10 septillion.
It's the number one.
Yes.
With 25 zeros.
Okay. All right. But I want to make sure you got that comma after the first zero.
You can put the commas wherever the hell you want.
No, you
I don't
can't.
care.
Not if you want to make it 10 septillion.
So they debuted Willow, a new quantum chip that the company said needs less than 5 minutes to complete the test process.
That would otherwise take 10 septillion years?
The processing bits called
that's
qubits
crazy.
that a quantum computer has, the more powerful it is.
Wow.
But the more errors that occur until now. So the new Willow quantum processor is fitted with that picture that you saw with 105 physical qubits combined with error-correcting technologies that mean the more qubits you add, the more reliable quantum computers can be.
And qubits, that's short for quantum bits, right? Is that not right?
I
think it is.
I assume that's
but
what
that's
they're calling it. Qubits.
Pretty incredible.
Is it qubits or qubits? That's what I'm being asked in my ear.
Does it matter?
I mean, it really does, actually.
Okay.
All
right. By adding more QUBITS to Willow, are you happy? All right, good. So, our binary bits, ones, zeros, and ones exist in multiple states, but this, speeds up the problem solving. And Willow is experimental right now. I mean, governments around the world are dumping billions of dollars into research with it because quantum computing can start meaningfully changing lives in 5 years. I think their definition of meaningful changes is different than mine. But because they're talking about now they're worried that the quantum computers will crack even the strongest encryptions, which is why Apple announced back in February that it was attempting to quantum-proof iMessage encryption. How's that going? How's that going?
Oh, yeah. We're not allowed to text Pat and I because he's Apple and I'm Android. And that's probably why you don't return my text.
Exactly why.
I told you guys, texting green bubbles is dangerous.
Right.
It's dangerous work.
So Android's green?
Yes.
Oh, and speaking of meaningful change, OpenAI released a text-to-video tool to ChatGPT Plus and Pro subscribers in an updating form known as Sora Turbo. Sora is what caused Tyler Perry to press pause on plans to build his $800 million studio expansion after he saw a demo in February. Other Hollywood muckety-mucks are concerned as well. Users can provide the tool with a text prompt from which it will generate a high-resolution video clip up to 20 seconds long. While OpenAI warned that Sora has many limitations, for now, it said it's releasing the program anyway just to give society time to explore the possibilities. So that's nice of them. Nice of them. Something to look forward to. Sometimes dreams do come true, Pat. United States Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, in her new memoir, Lovely One, she writes about her early love of theater. I, a Miami girl from a modest background with an unabashed love of theater, dreamed of one day ascending to the highest court in the land, and I had said so in one of my supplemental application essays to Harvard. I expressed that I wished to attend Harvard as I believed it might help me to fulfill my fantasy of becoming the first black female Supreme Court justice to appear on a Broadway stage. Well, now she'll make her fantasy come to life, Pat.
How wonderful.
She will make her Broadway debut with a one-night-only walk-on role in *And Juliet*, the hit musical comedy in which the female half of Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers survives the bard's bloody end and takes a newfound control of her own life.
How does she know what a woman is, though? How can she be playing that role?
Yeah.
*And Juliet* producers say the special appearance will happen during the 8 p.m. show this coming Saturday, the 14th of December. Immediately following the show, audience members can stay for a talk back with the justice. And they said that the new ensemble role has been created specifically
for her.
That's
beautiful. Isn't that wonderful? Dreams really do come true.
Dreams and fantasies
really
come true. Come
That's
to life.
so great.
I know.
Congratulations, Ketanji. Wow, is that great? If you like this show, you're going to love the merchandise we have for and from the show. Go to shopblazemedia.com today, and you can check out everything from our I'm cold, it's cold sweaters and T-shirts to our Pat Gray hats and beanies. We have the throwback Glented Pat T-shirt and a lot more. And, of course, there's all the other Blaze Media merchandise there at your fingertips as well. Everything from the Blaze Heritage and Blaze Media collections, jackets, T-shirts, hoodies, socks, mugs, so much. You're going to love it. So go to Shop Blaze Media. ShopBlazeMedia.com today. Check out my merchandise and everybody else's. ShopBlazeMedia.com.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
Indeed.
More with Chewing the Fat here on Pat Gray Unleashed. Also brought to you by Kexi Cookies. Simply the best cookies on the planet.
You know what? Roseanne agrees with you. She wrote, and I quote, "These have to be hands down the best cookies ever. I ordered them after hearing about them, hearing about Kexi from Pat Gray on Blaze TV. They're every bit as delicious as he said." I don't lie. I do not lie.
That is true.
I ordered a dozen, and they arrived in 3 days in a beautiful blue box. I'll be ordering again. Thanks for a great cookie. You are so welcome.
Is that the Roseanne?
It is
that's
the
awesome.
Roseanne. Yeah.
Awesome.
You can get so many different varieties, too, and they're all fantastic. The salted caramel, I was at the kitchen yesterday, filming
Laying
something.
down the law?
Laying down the law and filming it while I did so that other owners of companies can understand how to take control of their business. So I put my foot down.
Good.
Yeah, exactly. Right. This is not a democracy. It is a dictatorship, and I made that clear to him yesterday.
Excellent.
Tell you that
Excellent.
right now.
Good for you.
But there were these huge vats of caramel. Oh, my gosh. Jackie's caramel is so delicious. I wanted to bathe in it. I almost dumped them over my head.
But it'd be tough to do when you're laying down the law like that.
Yes.
People would go, what are you doing?
But first you lay down the law, and then you bathe in caramel
Then you
sauce.
show them you're a real person.
Right. Yes.
After they get your respect.
The salted caramel cookie, though, is made with that gooey homemade caramel. It's so delicious. We also have the cinnamon roll, the most popular cookie every year. Made with our in-house creamy vanilla and cinnamon frosting. You don't want to miss out on that. The peppermint fudge, really, really delicious. Keksy.com, Kexi.com.
Now that you've laid down the law, I mean, we're still, if I want to get my Christmas order in, I have until Friday the 13th.
Exactly.
Day.
That's right.
That'd be the final day. But Friday the 13th, this Friday, right? To get my order in if I want it in time.
For guaranteed delivery by Christmas.
Said
yeah.
Kexy.
Yeah, why are you trying to like drill
.com.
him down? He said yes.
He said yes.
I just feel like
times.
Like it needs to be.
Do you know
pushed back
something?
You're a little
doesn't know?
sensitive this morning.
Like it needs to be pushed back.
You
a
know
little.
what?
Need to relax.
It needs to be
Gotta
pushed
let that
back
go,
a little.
bro.
So we had championship weekend this past weekend. Big time games.
Was it?
Yes.
Without the real champion of the Big 12,
you're
it?
going to get the champions game, though.
Okay,
That's
yes,
the game
that's
everybody
true.
wanted, right?
True, yeah.
You're going to be playing Colorado in the bowl game.
BYU, Colorado. That's a tough one.
And so that's the Big 12 championship everybody wanted.
Yeah.
And that's what they're going to get.
Should have happened.
Because I know Arizona State and Iowa State was so good.
Oh, yeah. 45-19. It was a nail biter.
Oh, they destroyed Iowa State. Yeah.
Jeez. They're playing really well right now.
They are, but they're I did like them a lot halfway through the season, and then I dislike them very much now.
Me too.
I dislike them very much now.
Me too.
Their head coach really.
Oh, he's a douchebag.
Really pissed me off.
Douchebag.
Has since the BYU game, after that BYU game, and since I do not like them.
I know, and they act like they're the best team in the country now, and really they got. How many times did they get bailed out by the officiating? Keith says three.
I mean,
and I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
I think that's accurate.
Probably.
Yeah.
But that his actions as a head coach at the end of that BYU game was disgusting.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, I get being mad and hollering at the referees, but not there.
All right.
Not at that time.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's just...
Who does Missouri have in their bowl game?
Iowa.
Oh, okay. Missouri, Iowa.
Yeah, we play in Nashville, the Music City
And Nebraska
Bowl.
has...
Boston College. Let's go to the Pinstripe Bowl, New York City. Yes.
Yeah.
We're back, baby.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
6-6.
Yeah.
They're back.
The Huskers.
This time,
they're pissed.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Yeah. And thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Did you see that the D.C. City Council is trying to avoid the notice of Donald Trump by changing the titles of pending bills so they don't look as insane as they actually are?
Wait.
Amazing. One of the bills, which would establish a group to study reparations in D.C., was initially titled the Reparations Foundation Fund and Task Force Establishment Act. Because Trump was elected, they've changed the name of that to the Insurance Database Amendment Act.
Wow.
Wow.
So it's the same BS.
Yeah, it's the exact same bill. They just retitled it to avoid any sort of notice by Trump so he could, throw a monkey wrench into their plans. Another bill, originally called the Advancing Advancing the Range of Reproductive Options for Washingtonians Amendment Act is now titled Insurance Regulation Amendment Act.
Wow.
My gosh. The lengths to which these people go.
No kidding.
To try to hammer through their crazy agendas.
I mean, we're seeing it. That's why I said I hope he's got people watching.
I know.
Because they're all talking about how they're just going to push through.
Yep.
Buttigieg is talking about we're racing through the end. I mean, they're all just, it has to stop.
Supposedly, Joe Biden's chief of staff just told his staff to spend as much as you possibly can between now and Inauguration Day.
Oh, boy. You might want to play clip 11.
All right?
Yeah, this is
Play
fun.
clip 11.
Okay, KJP, White House spokesperson yesterday.
The United States and G7 are now making good on that commitment. Together, we will leverage income earned from frozen Russian sovereign assets to provide a total of $50 billion of extraordinary revenue acceleration ERA loans to Ukraine. This will lend vital support to the people of Ukraine as they defend their country.
Another $50 billion.
It also makes clear
20 of it's from
aggressors and tyrants will be responsible for the damage they cause.
Okay.
Which we gave
so
to them.
$20 billion from us.
They made a big deal about Yellen being in a room with all these dingleberries and watching it happen. Moving the money from one account to another in Ukraine
I despise
on their
these
laptops.
People. I despise them so much. I mean, it takes everything in me from just going on a rant of 4-letter expletives toward this administration and in the obvious destruction of our country.
They're doing everything they can to bring us down before Trump has a chance to fix this stuff. Wow. Also, yesterday, Joe Biden continued to play president.
Oh, is he still the one?
For another, how many days is it? Tell me it's
40.
like 3.
40.
It's like 3 days.
I want to pick
40!
a bone. I want to pick a bone with you because I thought it was like 40 the last time I was in here.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Now it's 40 again. Do we not have anybody updating that? Is what the problem is?
No, it's getting updated.
Chris, would you update this thing?
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit refresh. Maybe it's down to
put the
1.
18 minutes
1 day.
together along with the 7 minutes together. You got 22 minutes. You sell it with 8 minutes of ads. You got 30 minutes.
There you go.
30 minutes left. I wish there were only 30 minutes left.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's just brutal, man. It's brutal every day. This stuff. But was he? Where was he yesterday? I don't even know. But this is.
He lost electricity, did he?
I don't know what.
Something happened.
Listen to this.
And one of the things that's going on here, they just turned off my. I'm going to go about it.
Oh, what?
I lost the electricity here. Anyway, one of the things we found is that.
Oh no.
He's off script.
We invented the computer chip, size of the tip of your little finger.
Looking.
Yes, so he has no teleprompter.
Has no idea.
And now he starts reaching for his paper.
He doesn't know where he's at in the papers. Because he wasn't turning the pages.
I lost electricity on my teleprompter.
I should have seen that in real time. I don't know how that.
Incredible.
I would love to have seen
That's
that.
awesome.
Oh.
Did you play where he was at the Kennedy honors?
No, we have that
ceremony?
clip. I see. I don't know what that is. Biden and family.
Okay, so
we'll get to that in a sec. First, let him babble for a minute.
Oh,
here
yeah,
in this
absolutely.
Next clip.
All American, no matter where they lived, whether they went to college or not.
Looks like they're back.
I was determined to restore U.S. leadership in industries of the future. 4 years later, we have proof that the playbook is at least now working. Within the first 2 months of office, I signed the American Rescue Plan, the most significant economic recovery package in our history.
Okay.
I also learned something from Donald Trump. He signed checks for people for $7,400 because we passed the plan. And I didn't. Stupid.
Nobody knows what he's saying.
Pause it for a second. Wait, what?
I don't know if he's getting.
You followed Trump. He didn't follow you.
Thank you. That's one point. Yes.
What the hell are you talking about?
Thank you.
Wait, play that again, because you've got to let that sink in for a second.
Timeline.
Listen to what he's trying to take credit for.
All American, no matter where they lived, whether they went to college or not.
Right.
I was determined to restore U.S. leadership in industries of the future.
Were you?
4 years later, we have proof that the playbook is at least now working.
No.
Within the first 2 months of office, I signed the American Rescue Plan.
Pause it. Okay. Within the first 2 months of taking office, he signed the American Rescue Plan.
He claims it was the groundwork for his changing America.
So that happened within 2 months. Within a year, inflation had hit 9%.
Right, because what he's talking about is all of those checks that went out.
Yes, right.
That got into the money supply.
That happened before him, right?
Well, okay. There's a second round, yes. But he's talking about the ones that he put out there that really spiked the inflation in 2021.
Well, yeah.
But then I don't know what he's trying to say here.
This is incredible. What? Go ahead.
The most significant economic recovery package in our history. And also learned something from Donald Trump.
What?
He signed checks for people for $7,400 because we passed the plan. And
Wait.
I didn't. Stupid.
What?
I don't know, Pat. Sometimes you don't know how to respond because it's incoherent.
And then after
the checks for the $7,400,
right.
I didn't. Stupid.
I didn't.
So is he saying that I saw how we could inject money into the system, easy money, and sign checks? Okay, that would make sense.
Right, but that's not what he's.
That's not what
That's not his point.
That's not his point.
His point is whatever Trump was doing was bad, right? And then
I think, or that what Trump did was good, and he should have done it. And he should have done it.
Stupid.
Yeah,
No. Stupid.
I should have signed more checks.
I don't know what he's doing there. I honestly don't know.
I mean, that's possible.
That's bizarre. That's really bizarre.
Sometimes you just gotta move on.
But there's more, Pat.
Yeah,
don't get bogged
okay.
down on that one.
Yeah.
There's more.
Oh gosh, this is bad.
Next month, my administration will end and a new administration will begin.
Thank heaven. Jesus.
Most
Can't happen
economists
soon
agree
enough.
the new administration is going to inherit a fairly strong economy.
Oh, my God!
The economy going through a fundamental transformation.
Yeah.
It's laid out a stronger foundation and a sustainable, broad-based, highly productive growth.
This guy.
It is my profound hope that the new administration will preserve and build on this progress.
Yeah. Okay.
You'll be sure to remind us when it isn't doing what you wanted it to do on your I Told You
On
So
January
tour.
22nd, they'll be like, you haven't fixed it yet.
They're already setting the stage to try to pin the last 4 years of Bidenomics on Trump. That's what this is part of. He doesn't know how to do it, but he's certainly trying to do it.
That's right.
He's trying to do it. And this last thing where he's taking credit for a great economy, which isn't there, by the way, he's trying to set Trump up for failure because anything that goes wrong now,
oh,
he gave you a stronger.
Right, yeah.
Well, you inherited it.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. And the media is already starting to play along. They're already doing this. Wow. Plus, he has the unmitigated gall to brag about foreign policy, too.
Oh.
Wow.
That's good stuff.
All right.
I'm going to say something outrageous. I know a fair amount about foreign policy. I've known every major world leader for long, been around for 500 years. I know these guys. And I don't know anybody who wouldn't change their economy with ours. Can you think of one? Any major nation that says, I want to trade? I don't want to trade. I'll keep mine. I like what I'm doing.
Oh, my gosh. Whatever. Shut up. Just shut up.
Anybody?
This whispering stuff.
You know, a lot of people dislike him.
Really?
And I don't understand it.
Those are the
watching
hateful
him
people,
there,
though.
watching him there like that. I don't understand it, but a lot of people do not like that.
I don't get that.
I give you my word as a Biden.
Ugh.
Which is rock solid.
Okay. All right. This next clip. We saved the best for last.
All right. So there's whispering and yelling
This
here?
guy is...
For no apparent reason?
Get him some new meds,
Okay.
please.
Here we go.
I can't name a single country in the world that doesn't think. Put it this way. If we're not leading the world, who does? Not a joke. I'm not being wise guy. If we do not lead the world, what nation leads the world? Who pulls Europe together? Who tries to pull the Middle East together? How do we do the Indian Ocean? What do we do in Africa?
Yeah.
We, the United States,
Oh, my God.
lead the world.
Okay.
A case could be made that he has really hurt all of those places that he is trying to take credit for.
He has.
Look at what is happening in Europe.
Yeah.
Look at what is happening in the Middle East. Look at the
what's
ties
happening
that
in
we have
Africa.
lost in Africa to China, the ground we've lost there. I mean, this guy. Go. 40 days? I want 30 minutes.
No doubt.
And it's so bizarre, too. The
anger switch.
affectations. I'm not joking. I'm not being
a wise guy.
Why would anybody think that's a joke?
A wise guy. That is a hip
What a weird,
to mix into your
if I could go back to the
Joe.
1940s for a second. I'm not being a wise guy.
I'm trying to be a wise guy.
Not trying to be a wise guy, see?
Let me get out my Tommy gun. Say.
Play that at the beginning. It's so weird how awful this guy is.
And it's not 0 to 60.
No.
It's 0 to 200.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh, my gosh.
Watch this again. Incredible.
I can't name a single country in the world
Got a booger on his nose?
that doesn't think.
What is that?
Put it this way.
Put it this way.
If we're not leading
Shadow?
the world, who does?
Yeah.
Not a joke.
Shadow. Okay.
I'm not being wise guy.
He's not
If
being
we
wise
do not
guy.
lead the
Not being a
world,
wise guy.
what nation leads the world?
I don't know.
Who
Tell
pulls
me.
Europe together?
You destroyed
How about
Tries
the
to pull
Congo?
Middle East together.
You destroyed it.
How do we do the Indian Ocean?
Wait, what?
What do we do in Africa?
Well, we built a
We,
train.
the
Well, we
United
want to build a
States.
train to Africa.
We do.
The world.
Yeah.
do.
All right, I can't take
He
it.
sucks
Oh my
in
god.
so many
do.
ways.
We
Oh,
want
my.
to build a train. That's how we're bringing the world together.
That was his Indian
We're
Ocean
gonna have a
take.
train.
Yeah.
It's like, who's going to build the Indian Ocean train if not America?
America.
What was your Kennedy Center thing? I think we have
Let me put it
that.
this way. I'm not trying to be a wise guy.
Not a wise guy. You're not trying to be wise
being,
guy.
no, being wise guy.
Right.
I'm not being wise guy.
Don't put the preposition.
No.
So I'd forgotten that. Well, this clip was making the rounds. Okay, so before they play it, they set it up. They're at the Kennedy Honors thing, which was filmed Sunday.
Okay. And who was being honored?
It was. We had talked about it when they first announced it. The Lifetime Artistic Achievement is going to recognize Francis Ford Coppola, Bonnie Raitt, Arturo Sandoval, the Apollo Theater, the 4 surviving members of the Grateful Dead, guitarist Bob Ware, collaborated with the Symphony Orchestra,
So a bunch
brought
of
it all
people.
together.
Lot going on.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're all there, and it was to be this past Sunday. It's going to air on CBS the 23rd because I remember joking about they couldn't air it live.
So you were joking? You were being wise guy?
I was being a wise guy.
Okay.
Oh, you're
I
being a
was
wise
being
guy.
a wise guy. See, that they had to wait until December 23rd to air it. But this footage leaked. So Kamala and Doug were there.
Yeah.
They had already made their entrance or were there.
Oh, is this where they...
And then Joe and Jill show up. And everybody was making the comment that Joe and Jill wouldn't even look at Kamala or Doug.
My.
But really, if you watch it even inside of that, Jill doesn't even look at him. I mean, she hates him, but she can't. So she's got to be at this thing.
Let me ask you
hating
this.
him and Kamala and Doug.
But who does she hate more?
I don't
Joe
know.
or Kamala?
I
That's
don't
a
know.
tough
Joe.
one.
And you're not
It's a
being
Joe.
wise guy.
She
I
hates
don't know.
Joe better.
That's a tough
Okay.
one. You have to make. You get to. Let's see if we can read it in this clip.
All right, check this out.
I mean, she does not even look at them. Period.
And look at he
neither
doesn't
does
look
he.
at her. He doesn't look at Kamala at
Not
all.
a chance.
Holy crap.
I mean,
There's no handshake or hug. Oh, there he goes.
there's a
No,
little
he's
nod.
not. No,
No,
it's
she's-
not.
He's-
He looks
It looks
around
past
them.
Doug. Yeah, past
Honestly,
Doug.
honestly.
Oh my gosh.
Kamala tried.
Yeah.
She tried to say, "Are you going to look at me?" Because
Oh, is that Hunter?
I'm not going to fully commit to this look if you're not looking at me.
Is that who's next to Doug? Is Hunter?
Here, pull that. Yeah, play that again. See? So Kamala's
look at this.
looking. Kamala's
He's saying
looking
hi
at
to
everyone.
Hunter.
Yeah,
then.
she's trying to get some attention from him.
And then when he turns toward her, she tries to cautiously look. Is he going to look at me or am I going to look like an idiot? He's not looking at me.
No.
Looking past me. So she's like, I give up. I'm not looking back over there, jerk.
That is really
Incredible.
fascinating. I think there is a real
Absolutely.
chasm between them. There's a chasm.
What was your question, Jeffy, before we played this?
Well, I mean, she hates the whole crowd. I mean,
I
she
think
just
the
hates being
Bidens
there. We
hate
saw
the
look,
Harrises more
saw
than-
her look, her smiling with Trump in Rome, or in Paris. At the
She was enjoying herself.
They were conversing quite nicely
at the opening of Notre Dame, the reopening. She definitely wasn't that happy there.
No, she was not.
No, she was not.
That is interesting. Wow. All right.
Politics, baby.
An E. coli outbreak tied to carrots from Grimway Farms has sickened dozens across 18 states right now. Tragically, 15 people have been hospitalized and one person passed away while the contaminated carrots have been recalled. The CDC warns everyone to check their fridge and their freezer for affected products. Grimmery Farms operates under several brand names, including 365, Cal Organic, Nature's Promise, O Organics, Trader Joe's, and Wegmans. So be vigilant. Take some action to protect your family right now. There's also something you can do to ensure that you and your loved ones are prepared for medical emergencies that might arise too. Thousands have already discovered this life-saving solution, the Jace case. It's a personalized emergency medication kit. And here's some really exciting news. Jace Medical has just launched an all-new compounded version of ivermectin. It's available as an add-on to the Jace case for only $30. Did you know the U.S. relies on China for over 80% of our generic medications? A disruption to that supply chain could be catastrophic. Preparing now is really crucial. So go to jace.com, enter the promo code PAT at checkout to get a special discount. That's promo code PAT, P-A-T, at J-A-S-E, jace.com. Don't wait.
Saying what you're thinking. Pat Gray Unleashed.
Triple 8-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We got some tweets here. Not a commie tweets. We need the "You've been in D.C. too long" act. Yes. Yeah. We don't need to change the name of that one.
No, we do not.
Mr. Sean's, by the time the inauguration comes, the only coherent words Joe will be able to utter will be ice cream.
Oh, he'll be screaming more than that because they're already gearing up for the "I Told You So" tour, man.
Not a joke.
That's going to happen.
Not
that
being wise guy.
Absolutely going to happen.
It's not a joke. What Jeffrey, was it?
Oh no! Did your electricity go out?
Justin, yeah, my electricity on the teleprompter went out.
Oh, that's a shame.
What this guy's the fat guy in front of me.
Oh.
What was it?
Easy, old man.
His name?
You want to go touch his arms? His muscles?
If I had this guy blocking for me,
I could have been an All-American.
Nobody could have gotten around him. And I
could have been a star, not you.
He would have been.
I could have been.
Nobody, like he still is.
But that bothers me so much every time he does that.
Oh, I know.
Tell you. It just drives me insane.
It's so ridiculous. All right. So speaking of old people in office, running this nation, the greatest nation in the history of mankind, we had another issue yesterday with Mitch McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
Not a freezing issue, although maybe it started that way.
It certainly could have.
I don't know. They say he tripped and fell down and went boom. So here was new Majority Leader John Thune on McConnell tripping.
Is he wearing a shirt?
There was word that Senator
Look, he's jacked.
Yeah, he is.
Is he okay?
He is fine. He's in his office. And any other questions about Senator McConnell will refer to his staff.
So we're done.
Okay. Yeah. We're done here. We're done here.
He's fine. He's in his office.
I mean, he scraped his face.
That's
right?
Almost exactly verbatim what they told us after the freezing incident.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's in his office.
He's dehydrated.
He was dehydrated. Everything's fine.
Yeah. Cut
really?
his face. Twisted his ankle.
And that was the one freeze up. Remember, there was another one where he's standing next. He's got his girl next to him, like his press person.
They're taking questions.
She's like, you have to just speak louder.
Speak louder.
No, actually, no. We're gonna need a lobotomy. I think is what we're gonna need to move on here. So then there's no video that I am aware of this fall. But ironically, just this past weekend, I stumbled across this other video of Mitch McConnell falling. I don't think we ever played this. This is from a few years ago.
Okay.
So this will have to do.
Easy. Ouch. Good gosh.
Right? Play that again.
What the?
That is those shins, man. Look
Whoa,
at this.
he went down hard, too. Ow. Oh, man. And he can't get up.
Team Mitch.
It's like a
Hashtag
Life
Team
Alert
Mitch.
commercial. He's fallen, and he can't get
Now,
up.
look, to be fair, the guy did.
We're sending help, Mr. McConnell.
The guy did have polio as a kid.
Oh, here we go.
He did have polio as a kid.
Jeff,
one leg is
the
shorter
voice
than the
of
other.
reason. One leg is shorter than the other?
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and he went to the Roosevelt's hot springs as a kid.
With
cured
Franklin?
him.
Like with
I think
him?
so,
That's how
yeah.
old he is?
Yes, I think so. And
What year was he born? Oh, no, here we go.
so, it's...
So
let's
it's
not
understandable.
make fun of
It's
him.
understandable. I mean, he's 82 years old. Okay? So these things happen.
So, yeah, he could
There's
have,
also
as a
pictures.
3-year-old,
There's also pictures making the rounds on the internet now that obviously aren't real, and I don't like them. They're not funny at all. But there's one where the one time that he froze up in front of the podium. Well, that they have that now with a bandage wrapped around his head. And
Ouch.
People are talking.
That's funny.
And he's just standing there not moving at all. It's hilarious.
And we're sure it's CGI.
I don't think it's real.
Boy, I mean, that's who's in leadership.
But if you've got memes coming out,
right,
like that, perhaps it's time to
to move on, to go home, go
Yeah.
back to Kentucky, and
Take
just
a look.
rest for the rest of your life.
I mean, maybe the wife doesn't want him there.
Oh,
Remember when the last time he got sick and he had to rehab, they sent him to a rehab joint. She wouldn't even let him rehab at home. So, I mean, maybe she doesn't want to see him either.
And yesterday's fall was bad enough to where he cut his face open or something. And sprained his wrist.
Yeah.
So, come on now. Something's wrong there.
But then again, he's 82. How
Right. He's
bones
82.
are
He
very
shouldn't
weak.
be
how
in
many-
office.
How many times has Mitch McConnell fallen in private?
Yeah, right.
This
that we
is
don't
just
know
in
about.
public that gets reported because it was in front of everyone.
Exactly
And
right.
we probably
C-SPAN's
wouldn't
got to
hear it.
have footage, right?
Not if it's like in the cafeteria or something like that. I honestly don't.
I
thought it was on
think
the
they're
Senate floor.
Oh, was it really?
I don't know that.
No.
I thought that's
No,
what
he's
I
coming
read.
out of lunch, they said.
Oh, okay.
So,
So somebody left a lunch tray on the floor and tripping him up.
and he tripped
Okay,
over it.
yeah.
Right.
A banana peel.
I don't know. It's just we got to do something about this. Got to do something about it. There should be a test to see if you're still competent to be in office. Something, right? This is just going on too often with too many of our elected officials.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Beautiful.
That nice.
It is. It's beautiful.
It's awesome.
It's beautiful.
But somehow hates it. I just heard that.
Somebody doesn't like it in this room.
Somebody.
Who could
Wonder
it
who
be?
that could be,
Say a
Jeffy.
word. I said it was nice.
First of all,
I hope we can get the 8-minute Charlie Brown clip.
We can. Chris, can you make sure that plays? It doesn't have to be right now. Because first I have to tell you about this great new movie called Homestead. A nuclear blast devastates Los Angeles in the movie. It hasn't actually happened. But it throws the nation into chaos. In Angel Studios' upcoming movie, Homestead, coming to theaters December 20th. So that's a week from Friday. So amid all the chaos, ex-Green Beret joins Prepper Compound, and love grows, truth arises, and a community unites. It's packed with heart-pounding tension, moral dilemmas. It's a story that cuts to the core of what it means to survive. Homestead explores the humanity behind the apocalypse. Pre-order your tickets and get a chance to win a $300,000 giveaway, which includes 1 Bitcoin, a fully furnished tiny home from Box House, a custom Polaris OHV by Sparks Motors, and everything else you'd need to start your own homestead. Pre-order tickets for your chance to win at angel.com/unleashed. That's Angel, ANGEL. Angel.com/unleashed. And we'll see you in theaters this Christmas season.
And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
Amen. This is Pat Gray.
Isn't that inspiring?
Jeffy got a nap.
Yes.
That's inspiring.
Yes.
And that's what Christmas
It's the
is.
reason
Charlie
for
Brown.
the season.
Amen.
Happy birthday, Jesus.
Lo and behold,
hallelujah.
The manger.
So Daniel Penny is a free man now.
I love it.
Here were the thoughts of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I bet she's really happy about it, right? Here's what she said the other day.
Essentially said that he wouldn't do it again if necessary.
She looks tired today.
What do you make of the comments?
Well, doesn't that, I just feel like
She's eating
that,
for two, Jeffy.
That tells us everything.
I know.
If we do not want violence on our subways, and the point of our justice system is a level of accountability to prevent a person who does not have remorse about taking another person's life. I mean, even people who have engaged in manslaughter or have taken a life accidentally express remorse. And so the fact that a person may express no remorse indicates that there's a risk that it may happen again. And if we do not want to unleash that level of violence, then we should exert a level of accountability to prevent that from happening.
It is unbelievable how they just ignore the actual facts of the case.
It sure is.
Every time they open their stupid mouths and let this nonsense spill out of their pie hole, every time they just ignore the fact that he was saving other people's lives.
And those people were scared.
Yeah, out of their minds. They were scared out of their minds.
Grateful
Yes,
that Daniel Penny was
someone
there.
stood up.
It's like nobody else was there. And he just randomly jumped on this black man and killed him for fun. It's not what happened here.
Because he was talking loudly.
Right.
And he wanted food.
My gosh.
Oh, well, I'm going to kill you now. Stop it. Stop it.
Oh, yeah, he was hungry.
Stop it.
And if I recall, and we could find the video clip, but if I recall the video clip of the other people assisting Daniel Penny, one of them was an African American
Was black,
male,
yes.
right?
Yes, that's exactly
If
right.
I remember correctly?
Yes,
Yeah,
you do
okay.
remember that
Okay.
correctly.
Okay. So
Don't you wish Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was on that subway as this guy came in threatening people's lives? Wish she would have been there. Then what would you say?
You've been thankful that Daniel Penny was there.
She was so frightened out of her mind for being raped by the mob where she wasn't even in the building at the time. She wasn't even there, and it scared her out of her mind. Would have been great to have her on that subway when this guy came in. Wonder how you would have felt then.
It's going to be interesting when she's the Democrat nominee in 2028 against J.D. Vance.
Yeah, isn't it, though?
That's a good
You
thought.
imagine this psycho running our country? That's a frightening thought.
That
is
sure
really
is.
frightening.
But like you said, she's eating for two, so she's slowing down.
Do we know that for a fact
she
now?
looks a little tired.
No?
We do not know
That's
that
just
for a
a
fact.
Jeff Fisher
but we
theory.
just keep seeing the upper head shots.
Well, I think that's what we've always seen with her when she does these videos.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. AOC apologist.
Yeah, that's what we've always seen.
AOC apologist.
I mean, I don't care. If
All right,
she's
I want to hear from
pregnant.
Daniel
Who
Penny.
Yeah, let's do.
Yeah, let's hear from Daniel
Here's
Penny.
Daniel Penny speaking about this last night.
I mean, I'm not a confrontational person. I don't really extend myself. And like this type of thing is very uncomfortable. All this attention and limelight is very uncomfortable. And I would prefer without it. I didn't want any type of attention or praise, and I still don't. The guilt I would have felt if someone did get hurt, if he did do what he was threatening to do, would never be able to live with myself.
Right, because I could have done something.
I'll take 1 million court appearances and people calling me names, and people hating me just to keep one of those people from getting hurt or killed.
What a great guy.
Wow.
No kidding.
What a good,
and what he's going through now, can you imagine?
No kidding. I'm just grateful that there's still people in this world like Daniel Penny.
And I feel bad for the guy who died. He should have been in a mental institution. And it's too bad we don't have the kind of health care that can help somebody like that. I don't know what to do about it.
Well,
but it happens all the time.
And perhaps the 40 some odd times that he was arrested, maybe one of those times,
somebody might have taken some action. Right.
Yep.
Right. And he'd be
Just a
alive
thought.
today.
Yep.
So it's a system that failed him. It wasn't Daniel Penny. I mean, Daniel Penny came to the rescue.
Maybe the father
of a bunch
who's
of people.
asking for money now could have been around a little bit more while Jordan was out hawking, getting money, playing Michael Jackson on the streets.
Yep.
Maybe. Just a thought.
Maybe.
Just a thought.
Just a thought. I am a little concerned that Daniel Penny's still lingering around New York City.
He shouldn't.
As judged by that interview.
Yeah.
Time to get out of there.
If I were him, I think I'd be moving to Iowa or Texas and just get away from it all.
But not the mean streets, because then you're just asking for
Helena.
Mean streets of Helena, Montana.
No, too many more opportunities to try to have to save people. That. Yeah. You want to stay away from action like that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's way too dangerous. Eric Adams continues to sound less and less like a Democrat. God, can you believe this? I mean, here he was again yesterday discussing how the Department of Justice has been used as a political tool by the Biden administration.
And now we're hearing others are saying that Biden should pardon people because this will be difficult on their families and difficult on them, and they would have to pay high legal fees. Well, what about me? What about those mothers who are placed on FBI watch lists because they were standing up for their children?
Well, you said the other day you think that the justice system has been politicized. You believe that, don't you?
Yes, I do, with all my heart. But not only do I believe it, the president stated it. Donald Trump stated it.
He's
and
already
countless
calling the
others.
president.
Yeah.
You should look at some of these stories, what happened to people that stand up because of what they believe in. I believed in this city. We were going in the wrong direction with the migrants and asylum seekers. And I was very clear about that after 10 trips to Washington, D.C. I know what this crisis has done to our city long term. And New Yorkers are going to see the byproduct of $6.4 billion removed from our coffers.
So given the fact that you think it's been politicized, there's some people who think that President Trump might move to pardon some of the people who were involved in the January 6th attack on the Capitol. Do you think that's something he should do because it's been politicized, or he should not do?
I think that's the determination of the president. I believe it's imperative that we seek justice in our country.
Yeah. Interesting.
Boy, he keeps referring to Trump as the president.
Yeah.
He's not even mentioning Joe Biden. That's awesome.
Well, both presidents have called the Justice Department politicized, though. So that applies to Biden, too, because he just said it was a political prosecution of Hunter.
Yeah.
So,
but he believes in it still.
Yeah, right. Of course he does. Sure. Also, Dr. Phil has been hanging out with future border czar Tom Homan at the southern border. Yesterday, they talked about what Americans can expect when it comes to illegal immigration on day one of the next Trump presidency.
What happens January 21st? Where do you start?
Well, there's three rails we'll start the first day. Number one, we're going to secure the border. Number two, we're going to run the deportation operation. And number three, I'll look for these 300,000 kids. We'll find them too. President Trump's been clear. We're going to prioritize public safety threats and national security threats first because they pose the most danger to this nation. So day one, we're going to be looking for these public safety threats, arresting them, detaining them, and deporting them. And if these sanctuary city mayors don't want to help, then get the hell out of the way because we're coming. We're doing it.
I love it. We know Eric Adams is going to help.
You say that the left media has it backwards, branding you as the bad guy. How are you the bad guy?
You know, I grew up in a family full of cops. My grandfather's a cop. My dad was a cop. And we're in a situation now where the left thinks those who enforce laws are the bad guys. Those who broke the law are the victims.
Boom.
Well, we're going to change that after January 20th.
I mean, that's Daniel Penny in a nutshell.
Good. Yep. I like this guy. Man, he is
I
no
do too.
nonsense.
I don't necessarily like, as I said, I don't necessarily want him over for Thanksgiving dinner. But I like him.
No, he doesn't seem like a lot of fun.
It does not seem like a lot of fun. I don't know that he's going to sit down and play Uno with you, but you know,
no,
okay, I like it.
No, but he might keep your family safe while you're playing Uno.
He'll make sure there's no arguments or
Tom,
fights.
I'm happy you're here. Just go stand by the door, okay? We'll bring you a plate.
And there was more with Homan and Dr. Phil.
You know, they try to characterize you guys as just not caring about people that are trying to get to a better life. You said that this got to the point that it actually broke you.
I'm staying in the back of a trailer, 19 dead people at my feet who baked to death.
Oh,
baked to death. All the ones that died are in their underwear trying to get some relief from the heat. Steel box, black, no lights, no air, no water. And when I went to that crime scene and I keyed on a 5-year-old little boy wearing Batman underwear, same underwear my son had.
Yep.
My 5-year-old son. And you think about the tragedy of that life being lost. You think about what that little boy went through, how he suffered. No one should suffer like that. And it broke me because I know it can be fixed. I know it can be prevented. When you have a secure border and people aren't making that journey, they're not dying and they're not dealt a horrendous death.
Never mind. He can sit at the table.
Oh, he can't.
I like him. Yeah, and I won't leave him at the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
But and that's one thing that the left just never talks about. They're supposedly they care so much about every person, every child, blah blah blah.
What do the immigrants go through as they're trying to cross the border illegally? A crap ton of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not just weather either, or just the distance involved. Right. But those coyotes take advantage of them and abuse them in many, many cases.
So true.
They rape the women, they steal the children, and put them into a life of sex slavery. It's just despicable, all the stuff they go through. And we should talk about that more because it really humanizes the issue. And shows that it's not just the border we're trying to protect. It's people.
Yeah.
American people and the people coming from other countries. If you don't do it the right way, then there's all kinds of risks for you as well. Not just the American people, not just financially, but there's safety of actual human beings involved. I love that Tom Homan talks about that. And he's done it several times. So how is the left going to ridicule that?
Well, they do, sadly.
Yeah.
They don't care.
They don't care.
The hypocrisy, that's not even a word in the left's playbook.
Also, more than a dozen drones followed a 47-foot Coastguard boat Sunday night.
This is getting so weird, guys.
It's getting very weird.
All the time it's happening.
And law enforcement tracked another 50 drones coming onto land from the ocean at Island State Park, according to Representative Chris Smith. And this is continuing almost nightly in New Jersey. What is this drone situation that's happening?
Weird.
Meanwhile, an FBI assistant director admitted that the agency doesn't know who's behind the unidentified drones that are flying over New Jersey. No, I don't know. We don't know. Well, you want to find out maybe? How tough could it be? They're right there in the air.
That'd be nice.
How do you not do something about it?
And the one military base that's close by there, right? That's a testing facility.
This is such so frustrating because that our government is spying on everybody everywhere at every moment of every day. Us, our enemies, you fill in the blank. And yet they don't know where these drones are launching from every night.
It does feel like that they're not telling you the truth.
Shut up. But you've got like you said, military FBI was like, I don't know. Okay. So what should we? Then are we supposed to assume it's a foreign enemy that's launching these off the coast? China sitting out there? What?
Yeah, I mean, we had China, sending balloons over. Now they're drones.
It just makes you think. Could be. And then you think of the billions of dollars that we put in defending this country. And we can't even tell where a drone, a fleet of 50 drones is coming from?
50.
And they're not. And these are the larger drones, right? I mean,
these are big drones.
Big drones. This is not like your home drones.
Expensive.
That you have. Yes.
Yeah,
really big drones.
It's not my GoPro zone.
No, it's not your GoPro
drone.
Right.
Jeffy, you know all about drones and delivery and all this stuff. What could these things possibly have as a payload over New Jersey?
Oh, they could carry a lot.
No
kidding.
kidding.
Those even the. I mean, there's reported that they're larger than those delivery drones.
Yes.
And those delivery drones are carrying what, 30 pounds of merchandise?
Gosh. Oh my gosh.
20, 30 pounds of merchandise, something like that.
If they're probing right now, whoever's doing this, what could the end game be?
Well,
I mean, this is just.
And they could drop anything. They could drop viruses on the city.
Oh my gosh! Don't get me
It
started
doesn't
on
matter.
this.
It could drop anything. I mean, what's his face in North Korea sends poop balloons.
Right, yeah.
I mean, these could be poop drones.
And coincidentally, I'm not saying that is what is happening, but hundreds of deadly virus samples are missing from a laboratory in Australia. Okay, don't worry about it.
This is just an accounting error, though.
Is that all that is?
I'm sure it's just an accounting error.
They're pretty sure.
idea.
So we shouldn't follow up on it at all?
No.
All right.
This is another government.
Jeffy's pretty sure.
Right.
So
this is another
okay.
case where they have no idea. They don't know if they were stolen. They don't know if they were destroyed. They don't know if they're missing. They have no idea. What? I don't know.
That's an accounting error.
That's probably what it is. You're probably right. Let's not even look into it. Why bother? It's probably a waste of time.
Do we have more imbeciles or more evil people running governments of the world?
Well,
it's a toss-up, honestly.
They're both super dangerous. So
seriously.
Either way,
Seriously.
it's not good.
Play the Peter Hotez clip. It's almost like he saw this coming.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Reminder.
Here's the reason why we need to care about this stuff, Nicole, is that we have some big picture stuff coming down the pike, starting on January 21st.
Right there on the screen. Prime suspect.
Mentioned H5N1.
From Australia.
That I'm really worried about. It's all over wild birds on the western part of the United States and going up in the north.
This guy should be on a watch list, so help me.
We're seeing sporadic human cases, no human-to-human transmission yet, but that could happen. It's
but we're working on it.
We are.
We want
it to happen desperately.
Major coronavirus
all our gain of function tests.
Do not forget this clip as
SARS-2,
the stories
COVID-19
come out.
2019.
Yeah.
And when were you last in Australia,
these
sir?
viruses are jumping from bats to people thousands
jumping
of times
from bats
a year.
to people?
Does he mention
but there's still
new
more.
X
We
in
know
Africa
that we have a big problem with mosquito-transmitted viruses all along the Gulf Coast,
Africa.
where I am here in Texas. So we're expecting dengue and possibly Zika virus,
which we have.
or a
We have
Puche
dengue here in
virus.
Africa.
All right, got it. We have dengue in Texas?
Yeah.
Where?
They must somewhere in this neck of the woods.
Really?
Wait, hold on. In this room?
No.
What is happening? I mean, I know you're walking
somewhere in the building. There's dengue.
What? Jeffy's a walking petri dish, but I didn't realize it was this close to home.
Is that what you brought us last week when you came in here sick?
Thank you. I got
you
sick.
barely talk.
Yes.
You got me sick.
Dengue fever.
All weekend.
Bastard. All right. I got to tell you about this new Danish study. It finds that a year after abortions, 50% of women have a higher likelihood of first-time psychiatric treatment, 87% higher likelihood of personality and behavior disorders. Why? Because it's so impactful. It's such a negative impact in their life. Well, Preborn's network of clinics trying to help women with that, trying to help them avoid that, all of that trauma that is caused by killing a baby. And the way they do that is by showing the woman an ultrasound. They do it for free because your donation of $28 pays for an ultrasound to show the women and introduce them to the life inside of them. It's just a fantastic agency. They share God's love and provide all kinds of assistance for up to 2 years after the baby is born to help the mother through that time period, to give them aid with baby food and formula and diapers and emotional support and all the things they need. Your tax-deductible donation could be the difference between life and death. And maybe if you have the means, you could even consider a leadership gift to save babies in a really big way. Your gift of $5,000, $10,000, or $15,000 will be used to save countless babies. And right now, they've got matching funds happening. So your gift is doubled. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby, that's pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, so back to this virus sample thing from from the laboratory. Where is it? 350, I believe. Okay, it's 323 vials of multiple infectious viruses.
We're fine.
Including the Hendra virus, which I've never heard of.
Ooh, I got to look that up.
The lysovirus, the ontavirus, and they all went missing from Queensland's Public Health Virology Laboratory in August of 2023. So that's the good thing. We still haven't tracked it down. We don't know where they are or if it's just an accounting problem.
It's just an accounting oversight.
But Hendra is a zoonotic animal to human virus.
Yeah, you can get all sorts of fun stuff from that.
Hantavirus
sounds fun.
Is a family of viruses that can lead to illness and death.
Yeah,
according to the CDC.
What was it called? The Hendra. That's respiratory, difficulty breathing, convulsions, encephalitis.
But here's what they're telling us: there's no evidence of risk to the community.
It's probably in the janitor closet.
I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
It's probably.
Who hasn't?
Don't worry about it.
Who hasn't misplaced 323 vials of deadly diseases? I mean, please. If I had a nickel for every time, I'm like, okay, where did I put my ontavirus? I just had it on me.
I just had it.
Didn't I lay him down with my keys?
Oh no! I just dipped myself in caramel sauce.
Dang
no!
It. Now all that stuff's going out to thousands of people. I'm sure it's fine.
No, it's in the janitor closet. It's behind the Clorox bleach.
Okay, so there's no vials of hantavirus in the caramel sauce.
How does this happen?
Good. I don't know.
How does this happen?
It's insane.
It's insane. The West, places like Australia, we need to stop dogging on China for their lab conditions when this kind of stuff happens as well.
Right.
Yep.
Well, they're probably Chinese labs anyway.
Fair.
Probably.
Yeah. Come on in.
All right, we've got overtime coming up. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.